Okay, so I completely understand that this could be the shittiest take on the planet.
I believe everybody has a choice in this world. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you are your own person, you can make your own choice.
How would that not be pro-murder? Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Nah, this ain't even something to fight about. It's a woman's body.
I didn't say anything. I just asked you a question.
I'm for choice. I don't give a what anyone does with their body. Point blank, period.
Hey, I'm gonna pull the cable on my headset so I can get the out of here. I'm gonna pretend to crash, Tay. Listen, I gotta go. I don't.
Well, in the USA, I'm not sure if you live there, but
There's no whatabouts. Why are you so concerned with another person's body and what they're doing with their life?
Like, it's her choice. It's her body. You have no right.
I would say pro-choice.
Why?
I mean, choice, man.
Like
Freedom and shit.
So here's my opinion. One second.
Pop, look, there's a portal. Let's go. There's a portal. There's a portal. Let's go. Oh, hell.
Like, at what point do you draw the line where like people shouldn't be able to do it no more?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it.
If you kill a pregnant woman, you get charged with 2 counts of murder of the mother and the baby. But if the mother does it to her own baby, she gets charged with 0 counts.
As long as it can survive outside the womb, if it was taken out, then it could be considered a child, a baby.
The thing is, I feel like I kind of base life off of how much you live. You know what I mean? If the baby's never born in the first place, and this might sound a little bit cold, but if the baby's never born in the first place, then it's never lived, and it'll never know what it's like to die. So, like in the baby's eyes, I feel like there is no baby eyes.
Are you guys pro-life or pro-choice?
I am pro not
Choice.
talking about stuff.
Do you ask why am I pro-life?
Yeah.
Because God creates people for a reason.
So you think everyone in the world should not abort their baby just because you're a Christian? I feel like
no, it's just something that I believe in.
Don't apologize. Don't do it now. Let me ask you one question though. Let's say somebody wants to is this a good thing or is this a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
Bad thing, right? Let's say this person isn't religious and they don't follow any religion and they want to do it and it would make them happy if they did it. Who are you to tell them they can't do it? Let them do it, right?
yeah.
What the fuck?
You have no right because you're not a woman, for one. You can't even give birth to any living human being, can you? It's still not your body. I mean, I understand it's your child.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna tell you something. I almost aborted my daughter.
Wow.
I almost did it because I knew that me and her father were not gonna work out. But I knew I needed her, and she's honestly, she is the reason I thrive off of life right now. It's unexplainable. Even if it were a couple days, though, you know that there was something growing, and it's. The feeling, no matter how many days, months, weeks, whatever, you're still growing that. If you're a mom, you'll always understand what that feels like. I really wish that men had the understanding of that because it is beautiful. Not because I want them to be jealous or anything negative. It's because it's genuinely a beautiful feeling. Like,
I never heard it from that perspective in my life. Thank you for showing me that, because I would have never heard it from that side unless you told me. So that gives me a deep understanding. I'm gonna send her a friend request. I really can't believe how we started off screaming at each other, and then ended off like being friends.
I'm getting permanently sterilized. I know there's plenty of others that they want a family and that's for them. I would definitely adopt. I would never want to give birth to a child myself because I have my own health issues. I don't want those carried down.
You should be able to do whatever you want with your body, regardless of the circumstances or whatever happened. I don't think that should be taken away from you. I don't want kids, personally. It's never interested me. I also have like health issues. I have PCOS, so even to get pregnant is kind of a struggle.
Okay, when a guy into a woman, how many sperm cells go into that woman?
A whole lot.
Do you think a ton more than the amount of eggs that woman has? There's more sperm cells than there are eggs.
Yeah.
So if I'm giving up more sperm than she is giving up eggs, I think I have the choice, the sole choice.
Oh shit!
It's me alone.
Did he say that?
I have an actual answer. Do you want the actual answer?
Yes, I would love it.
Okay, so I completely understand that this could be the shittiest take on the planet, but this is just how I see it, okay? People always like to say, my body, my choice, right? But like, wouldn't you, if you're pregnant, isn't it not only your body anymore. You're technically sharing that body with someone else. All the nutrients, you know, even blood vessels, right? Like you're sharing a lot of your body with another human being, right? And like then you can go into technicalities about like, oh, how long does it take for the baby to develop to where it's considered a human being? And my argument to that is that if you're gonna go into all those technicalities, your choice in the matter was to have sex or not. That was your choice. Even if you use protection, if you weren't ready to have a child, your choice, you do have a choice, but it was to have sex. My opinion on what I just said does not include like pregnancies that were forced. But if that's the case, if the woman does have full like immunity to make whatever choice she wants, then isn't it kind of unfair that if she chooses to keep it, then the man is expected to pay for it?
Ooh.
Like if she can choose to not keep it, then I can choose to not pay for it.
What?
Right or wrong?
I gotta say something about that. That is actually a huge issue. When it comes to things like abortion, men actually have very little rights in the process of pro-choice. I mean, a woman can have the right to kids, and here's what happens. My mom used to work in an ICU. So she'd deal with crack babies, babies in the hood that were really f***ed up. And what mothers would do is they would continue to have kids over and over and over again to funnel money from the father, while the father had no choice in it. Yet these women will be the exact same people that go down, you know, screaming, my body, my choice. Well, if you have the right to, you know, abort a baby, I should have the right to not have any, like, stance with that kid. And it's kind of f***ed up because they only talk about the woman's side of it when they never talk about the man's at all. Completely. It's almost left out of the subject entirely.
Whenever you do ban abortions, you're really just banning safe abortions. I would like to, if I wanted to have an abortion, I would like to have the option to go to a medical facility to do it. I don't want to have to like go to my closet.
If somebody that you love is about to do a really bad drug and then you forcefully stop them from doing this, is that morally correct or morally incorrect?
I mean, it would be wrong, but in the long run, it'd still be helping them, so I don't see the issue.
If a mother wants to abort a baby that has a heartbeat, and you say don't abort the baby that has a heartbeat, and you prevent her from going to get an abortion, is that wrong or is that not wrong?
Okay, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, that's morally wrong.
People are like, oh, the adoption center. My dad, he went through that in Canada, and even he didn't really make it out too well. He has a bunch of trauma and issues and things that he is in his 50s and he still isn't like getting through. Oh, but it's still a child. But will the child have a good life? Will the child have parents that can handle having a child?
Do it for the hoes! So look, if you had a baby, right? And she told you that you had to pay for all of it, even though you didn't want anything to do with the child, and neither did she, would you be okay with
she
that?
can take all my money. Fuck it. She can have it all.
Ask anybody but this motherfucker the question, bro.
More people need to be expected to know what they're getting into when they have sex. Like, it's not just something you do for a good time. Like, you've been to a party IRL, and like, you know, maybe you've been tempted. Maybe you've even done it. Oh, he still has his V card.
There it is.
He still, I forgot. I watched the video where you still have your V card. Right.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you do it, right, you don't think about it. And when you do think about it, you just think, wow, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Honestly, one of the things I personally think is it's like, you know you're going to have a pregnancy in the first 3 months, in the first trimester. Why don't you abort it then before the baby scientifically has any real sense of consciousness, pain, or anything? Why don't you do it in the first trimester, get it over with? And another topic I feel like strongly about, why don't we just make contraceptives like cheaper? I don't even think we tax them currently. I'm pretty sure condoms can't be taxed. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Does anyone know that? I think we should tax contraceptives, or we should make them cheaper or subsidize them, so that way we can prevent kids from happening in the first place. If we do go with the argument of, let's say we're not pro-choice, we're pro-life, then let's make contraceptives free and like educate people on sex more and how to like practice it safely.
If you were like a governor or a president even, I would vote for you.
Thank you.
What about stores?
I just don't lose.
How would that not be pro-murder?
You're getting me here. I have no confidence. I can't do this. My anxiety. Boom.
No shot. Cyber.
No shot in hell.
Cyber,
no shot, bro.
You got it, bro.
No.
Stand by what you believe in, bro.
Yeah, as long as they're not harming that like themselves or anyone else in the process, they should be able to do whatever they want freely.
Well, if they're able to do whatever they want freely, then who are you to stop somebody from harming themselves? Isn't it their free choice?
You have a point.
So I feel where you're coming from. If it's their body and it's their choice, then who are we to stop them? But wouldn't that same logic apply to something like if somebody wants to off themselves and it would make them happy if they did so and it's not harming us, then who are we to stop them?
There's countries where there actually is places for people who are to go to actually in themselves.
Do you agree with that?
I can't stop them. I can try to convince them. I can show how much I care.
When I was 36 weeks, I ended up having to do a LA delivery. She was not growing how she was supposed to, and I was not able to hold her like I was supposed to. When they gave me the inducement, about 30 minutes afterwards, I was not getting any oxygen. Emergency C-section. And we found out then that I was what's known as a high risk when going into delivery, or even when I'm pregnant. It's a risk factor to either me, the child, or both of us. Both my girls are going very good. One's about to, my oldest will be 10. My little one's going to be 3. Men also don't understand. Our bodies go through so much that sometimes our bodies can't handle it. So like if we have a choice, I get pregnant again, I have such a high risk of either me not making it this time or my next kid.
I had a best friend, and she meant everything to me. And when we were really younger, she was wasting away. A lot of it was due to drug use. There was days where it would get so bad I had to walk to her house and literally sit at her door and wait for her to answer. She had nothing to keep her here on this earth. She found out that who she thought was her mom was actually her grandma, and that her sister was actually her mother, and that her dad was actually never in the picture. Being so young and finding that stuff out was just destroying her life. And then she ended up getting a boyfriend, and she ended up being pregnant. But this baby that she had saved her life. It gave her something to live for, something to try for. She had something she had a reason not only for herself, but to live for someone else. She stopped doing drugs. She stopped doing alcohol. She tried her best for her child. If she didn't have that child, I feel like she would be dead.
Do you need a hug?
Legitimately, Sam.
I don't know.
Where's my hug at? Talking about this.
Come here, Saki.
Just don't know where my hug.
Damn.
My boy's arms came out, everything, and then
That
he
is
just
absolutely tragic. He did. I was waiting, bro, and you just didn't do anything. Nah, it's ruined.
From the age of 9 to 13, my mom's now ex-husband would mother and me after he got arrested for it. I ended up getting into drinking and drugs and all that. I could not go a day without drugs. And I was one of those people that would put vodka in my water bottle so I could drink at school. Honestly, and I will not deny this. If that was not for her, I would have offed myself.